Recently I read The Phoenix Project and I absolutely loved it. If you work in tech, software, data, operations, or you want to work in these industries, then this book is a game changer. Keep watching and I'll tell you why it might become one of your favorite books as well. Hey, I'm Eugene and I'm just a dev. On this channel I share the ups and downs of my tech journey. In today's video I'm doing a book review of a DevOps classic that I think every person working in tech must read. The Phoenix Project. Let's begin. The full name of the book is The Phoenix Project, a novel about IT, DevOps and helping your business win, written by Gene Kim, Kevin Behr and George Spafford. Three minds behind the DevOps movement with decades of experience. This book was first published in 2013 and became one of the most regarded books in the DevOps community. They wrote a tech book as a novel. Yep, a full story with characters, drama, corporate politics and technical lessons baked into it. And somehow it actually works and works pretty well. Here is why I think this book is brilliant. As I said, it's a tech book disguised as a novel, which is really unique. You are learning about IT management and DevOps through a compelling story. I have never read anything like it before. As a reader, you get a window into how huge companies actually work, or maybe don't work. The story hits hard if you have ever worked in the big organization. I saw stuff in there that I literally lived through in real life. I have never worked in a company of that size or that had such big problems as they have in the book, but regardless, I could reflect on my career pretty well. Also, we get a sneak peek into the role of Vice President of IT Operations of a huge company. It's super eye-opening. The story is told from the perspective of Bill Palmer, who becomes the VP of IT Operations. We get to see how he learns to operate in his new role and what are his responsibilities. It was very interesting to see for me as an individual contributor. The characters in this book are highly relatable and memorable. Bill Palmer, the overwhelmed hero just trying to keep everything from falling apart. Sarah, a high-powered executive who means well but creates chaos. Brent, the go-to engineer everyone relies on, but the one who becomes the biggest bottleneck. I think we all have met Brents at work, or maybe you are Brent. And Eric, the mysterious mentor who helps Bill and the whole company to turn things around and drops his wisdom as Master Yoda. Even John, the Chief Information Security Officer, who initially is a roadblock, but then goes through a crazy personal transformation and life crisis and becomes an asset to the company. These characters feel like people that you have actually met in the office in real life, and it makes this story engaging and the lessons really stick. So here is the premise. Parts Unlimited is a struggling company and their last hope is this massive initiative called The Phoenix Project. Bill Palmer gets thrown into the fire as the new VP of IT Operations. And everything is falling apart. Systems are crashing, audits are failing, deadlines are not met, people are burning out. It's total chaos. Bill is given an ultimatum. Get the Phoenix Project under control in a matter of months, or Parts Unlimited will face dire consequences, and maybe even the whole IT department will get outsourced. No pressure, right? I will not spoil you the book by telling what happens next and how exactly Bill and others will save the company. You should just read this book. What makes this book work? That it's not just a fiction, it mirrors exactly what happens in real organizations. You'll see the firefighting, the miscommunication, the endless meetings, marketing and product pushing unrealistic deadlines, unpleasant task tracking systems, and you will see how exactly Bill and the team will fix all these issues. Along the way, Bill Palmer learns some game-changing principles about core DevOps and IT management. Early in the book, Bill Palmer learns to categorize the IT work into the 4 types: business projects, internal projects, changes, and unplanned work. In the story, Bill learns to recognize these types and to understand where all the team's time is going. Business projects are the new features or big initiatives like the Phoenix project. Internal projects are things like infrastructure, improving systems, overall maintenance. Changes are routine updates to existing systems. And unplanned work is firefighting, emergencies, outages, and support issues that pop up unexpectedly. This framework helps the team see how unplanned work can drain all the productivity, a lesson many real teams have adopted since. A major theme in the book is a theory of constraints, which was borrowed from manufacturing. The idea is that in any process there usually is one bottleneck that can limit the whole system's output. In the book, Brent, the brilliant overworked engineer, is the obvious bottleneck. Nothing can get done without pulling him in, so he becomes a serious constraint. Eric, this mysterious mentor, helps Bill realize that instead of piling on more work onto the constraint, Brent, they need to do the opposite and offload him and spread the knowledge that he has. This concept is a game changer for the team, told intuitively through the story. After reading, you'll start looking for brands and bottlenecks in your own organization. Another important concept in the book is making the work visible and transparent by using Kanban boards. By using it, everyone can see the flow of work, the pileup of tasks waiting, and who is working on what. As I mentioned before, this book was written more than 10 years ago, and since then Kanban-style boards like Trello and Jira became pretty much an industry standard. The takeaway here is clear. If you can see your work, it means you can manage it. This is a key DevOps and Agile practice, and the novel shows why it matters in a very practical way. Those are just a few examples. The book touches many other important concepts. So yeah, I love the Phoenix project. This is kind of a book I wish I had read earlier in my career. But anyways, it's better late than never. The novel format of this book makes it super readable and easy to consume, but behind this story you can still get all the valuable technical lessons about DevOps, about IT operations, about managing the whole IT and the communications between IT and other departments in the huge enterprise. You still can get all these lessons, but they are like wrapped in this beautiful, easy to consume fictional story. When I was reading it, I found myself not even once reflecting on my career in the previous companies where I worked and trying to spot the issues mentioned in the book in my current organization. The lessons about teamwork, managing work efficiently, bridging the gap between IT and business are so relatable to me, and I think for many of the people who will view this video. Whether you are a software engineer, a data engineer, DevOps, analyst, project manager, or really any role in tech, there is a value for you in this book, so give it a try. If you work in a big company or plan to, this book is like a cheat sheet for you to be able to spot and fix all these issues that are so widely spread in huge enterprises. So, go read the Phoenix Project. If you end up liking it, there is a follow-up novel called The Unicorn Project that focuses on the software engineer's perspective at the same company. I plan to review the Unicorn Project next, so subscribe to the channel if you plan to catch this video when it comes out. Also, if you're into software engineering, data engineering, analytics, SQL, all this good tech stuff, be sure to subscribe. I share a lot of content around these topics, and I would be thrilled to have you here. If you found this review helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy coding!